ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your donkeys. It's season 3 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw. With your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, plus Quick Nick, our esteemed regulars, and Australia's best-looking creators. Many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Now, let's get stanky.
Happy New Year, everybody. This is the first episode of the... Sorry, I'm getting an echo here. It's throwing me. Do you know which button to press, Kerry?
Well, I'll take over for you, Sis. Are you right, mate? Because it's episode 77 of the Friday Night Drink and Draw 2023. So welcome back to viewers. Welcome back to these people here on the screen. And while Sizzle's going through his technical things, I'm the talker, and we will move to the man next to me.
Thanks, Lee. Yes, the public has spoken. The chinwag numbers don't lie. You're like the Spider-Man of ComX now. Put him in every book. So, new host of the show. No, Quick Nick's away. So I am Speedy Spedsy. And then we've got Lee on hosting duties. I just wanted to say, from me personally, Happy New Year's to everybody. Welcome back to the show. Very proud this week to see the Oz ComX show on Wednesday. Shaden absolutely kicking butt as the host. Massive episode of Tuesday Chinwag. And then this man down below, Peter Wilson, on Sunday. Another big show. So we're starting this year off right. And speaking of, to my right, is it?
You're right, not left.
Sounds good. Alex, bonjour.
Hello, everybody. New background. I've got a white thing going on. So it's a new year, new background, and new me. And thanks, everybody, for wearing the shirts. I believe they're available on the ComX shop for anybody else as a fan.
Yeah. You can get them through Redbubble.
Yeah, so there you go, for Redbubble. So if anybody looking at, like, wow, these is all, like, as you can see, everybody's wearing them. It's just because they're popular and want to be cool. You want to be cool? Go to the ComX shop and then buy them. So there you go. That's my little plug for today. And Chris, welcome everybody for the new year.
Oh, hello everybody for the new year. Oh gosh, I have to introduce myself now. I draw a lot of mermaids, and that's what I'm here for, to find the mermaid in everything, including in my trousers, because I'm wearing Little Mermaid trousers.
Oh, nice.
All
right, Dave Dye's turn now.
Wouldn't that be a mermaid on your trousers? Because like in the trousers would be a bit different.
You're right. In the trousers would be awkward. Merman in the trousers would be preferable.
Today all on Dave and
nice.
Lovely, Speedy. Well done. You're on the ball, mate. All right, over to Nick May.
G'day, I'm Nick Pickles May. Welcome to 2023, everyone. I seem to be having technical difficulties, but I'm looking forward to tonight. Over to you, Pete.
Peter, drawing Wonder Woman. Happy New Year.
Good, buddy. Hey, all right. So that's the artists on the show. But tonight, the main character we're drawing for everyone is Wonder Woman. So if anyone's drawing at home, rip them in throughout the show. We'll show everyone. So, like the more drawings, the merrier. Just throw them at us, man. So tonight's guest is a mate of mine, a mate of the show's. Has tonight come on the show as the major guest, because coming in the next week, we've got a ComX comic called Sizzle and Doug Into the Multiverse, where Sizzle and his cat are looking for this lady. And her name is Kerry Harris, the other half of Sydris. There's Shane Siddle for Sid, and there's Kerry Harris, the wrist. So he's the other half of Sydris. So Kerry Harris, welcome, mate. It's very nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm very honoured to be here. I thought after a couple of years I'd better make an appearance, so
Yeah.
here I am. And
Very
Pickles.
good. Hey, all right. So we're drawing Wonder Woman, Kerry, and you got to choose Wonder Woman tonight as your character. So before I, ask the others what they think of Wonder Woman and their first encounters and stuff, mate, what makes Wonder Woman so special to you?
I think as a kid growing up, I wasn't into Barbies and stuff like that, So I really liked Wonder Woman because it was everything good, and there wasn't many women characters out there, really, was there? There was in Batman there was Catwoman, but they were baddies. So yeah, I just think I took a liking to that, as I said, because I didn't like girly Barbies and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about it.
All right. Fair start. So what we're going to do now, Kerry, is we'll give you a breather and, enjoy. We've got a code word, everyone, tonight. We just let it a little. If anyone runs into any trouble, because I'm a first-time host, and I got to be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous, man. So what do you do about it? The
doing a great job, Lee.
Pickles. And I brought the frogs with me tonight, so that's what that noise was, because there's a little bit of rain up here. So, what can I say? It's all right. So, Sizzle, you and Wonder Woman, man. What's the story?
Yes, Wonder Woman. Well, probably my first experience with Wonder Woman was the Super Friends, with her invisible jet, and making fun of Aquaman, I guess, but mostly an invisible jet, and then from there it was Linda Carter. Is that her name? Yeah,
Linda Carter. Yeah.
That show, loved watching that as a kid, and had a crush on her, I think, like most boys did back then, and then moved on to comics. So I found Wonder Woman in comics, in Justice League. I was a big thing of Justice League, and she's a big part of the Justice League. So that's when I got to see Wonder Woman as a powerhouse that she is. I hadn't really seen that before. The Super Friends and the Linda Carter show didn't really show her as that. And she was an absolute, unit. She was a big part of the team, one of the trilogy, as they call it, the holy trilogy of DC Comics. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just from there, just reading comics for the next 10 to 15 years after that. I collected Justice League the whole time, and she was a big part of that. I quit just before New 52, so I didn't get to see much of that, but I've seen some of the animated movies based on the New 52, and she's really cool in that as well. But yeah, they've made her a like half god or something instead of clay and magic. So that was interesting as well. But that's probably about all I know of Wonder Woman.
Man, I love the passion in the Sydris household there about Wonder Woman. So good choice on the character. You're obviously big fans. So, look, my first impression of Wonder Woman was reading black and white Australian reprints that were probably about a little bit smaller than 2000 AD drawings. Hey, sis. And his first love.
That's where you're putting that hand, Sis.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. But
sorry, Lee. Black and white reprints you were talking about?
Yeah, you're right. Just black and white reprints of old DC comics, and then discovered. Thank you, Facebook user. Hello, awesome Aussie comic book artists. Mad version of Wonder Woman of the 1950s. Good call, Neil. And in Gunda Guy, I think I was being an annoying 5-year-old, and my uncle basically chucked me down in the shed, and there was an old black and white TV, and Wonder Woman was on. So I basically sat there and watched the Linda Carter Wonder Woman while it was rerun on like ABC or something like that back in those days every day for the holidays. So I remember that. And it's about it, really. And the movies and stuff. So a big part of pop culture is Wonder Woman. So, and, good stuff. All right. Spedsy, Wonder Woman, where?
Yeah, Wonder Woman. She's one of those characters that I think I knew about before I kind of knew about comics. Same with Spider-Man. I've got an unexplained. When I was a toddler, there's a photo of me with a tricycle and a Captain America sticker on it. How did I know about Captain America when I was a toddler? I don't know. But that's not Wonder Woman. I've not read much Wonder Woman.
Mate. Destiny to where you are today.
But I don't read much DC. I'm a Marvel guy and a Gotham guy because money can only go so far and you can only follow so many books. So I liked Batman, and I like Wonder Woman the way I like Thor. I don't really read Thor, but when Thor rocks up, stuff's going down. And same with Wonder Woman. I love it when Wonder Woman rocks up in a Batman thing or in a Justice League thing because she's awesome. She kicks butt, and it means stakes are high. When you have to call in a Superman or a Wonder Woman, the shiz is getting real, as they say. Yeah. So I'm a what do you call it? I'm a lurker fan. But yeah, bring it on. I enjoyed the first movie of the newer ones, and that's all I got for you, Lee. Back to you in the studio.
That's fantastic, man. It's always good stuff to hear history of people, especially when they thought that they were going to be Captain America. But anyway, Alex, what's your first, like Wonder Woman memories?
Before we move over, I just wanted to say you're doing a great job hosting, so I don't need to use the dreaded pickle word. Just continue the way you are. You're doing a very good job.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
No worries. Just I want to throw some confidence at you just to continue. But I don't know much about Wonder Woman. I just kind of always knew she was aware, but I didn't appear in my pop culture circles in any stuff. So all I know is I remember there was like a really funny joke about the plane on Family Guy, where I think she's just sitting on an invisible plane on the toilet of the invisible plane. That was, but that was all that's pretty much all I've got. So I'll take it to you, Lee, and then you can bring it to somebody else.
All right, mate. Well, I'm glad you did bring up the invisible plane because that's something that we should all speak about, like as the invisible plane at some point this evening. But Chris, mate, Pitcan, how are you? And what's your first Wonder Woman memories, mate?
Rather embarrassingly, I think my first big introduction to it is the most recent movies. I've kind of always been aware of the character, but I was always much more of a X-Men Marvel person. So Wonder Woman completely passed me by. Unfortunately, my housemate might kill me for saying that because he's a very big DC fan. Unfortunately, she was not on my radar until very recently. I'm definitely going to get in trouble for saying that.
No, you won't. So, did you just really sprung to your attention with the movie coming forward, did it, mate?
Yeah, pretty much. And then after, working with Nicole, who's a fairly big Wonder Woman fan, and also, getting in touch with Nicholas Scott, I started paying a bit more attention. But I like the Invisible Jet. Did not know about that until very recently. I was watching what was
Chris,
it like? Justice
the Invisible Jet, man. What are your thoughts on the Invisible Jet? Let's just get it out there now while we're going around, like all the artists in the chat. The Invisible Jet.
It seems very impractical. I understand the whole being invisible so other people can't see you, but yeah, the image of it just sort of sitting in midair is not elegant.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody did not want to design a vehicle.
Yeah,
supposed
Exactly.
to, but they were like, crap, deadlines. Okay, it's invisible.
Invisible jet.
Yeah. I never really understood the pretense of an invisible jet, but you can fully see a woman sitting down flying the jet. I would have thought it would have been a bit more practical just to make everything invisible. But I guess you got to know where people are at all times for the action, don't you? So one of those weird things, man, in comic books. It's one of the idiosyncrasies that we all love. So thank you, Chris. And moving on to the hand that matters down there. Hello, Dave Dye. So, mate, your first impressions of Wonder Woman, what were they?
My first knowledge of Wonder Woman would have been the Linda Carter TV show. Very good show, very entertaining. Loved to watch it. I don't know what the plots were or what was being spoken. I just loved watching Linda Carter running around. She's beautiful.
Easy.
After that, she wasn't around. I didn't buy any comics or anything. What happened now? I started to watch the new movie. And I think I watched about 15 minutes and changed the channel to watch something else. I'm not impressed by that.
You loved it. I can tell.
Yeah, and the current Wonder Woman lady actress also pretty.
I've met Nicola Scott, so that's probably as close to Wonder Woman as I'll ever get. So that's about my story about Wonder Woman.
Okay, no worries, Dave. Very good. All right. Well, everyone, if you're not watching our heads, always try and keep an eye on Dave's drawing because the dude is a machine and he knows exactly what he's doing. Master old Dave Dye there. Yeah, that's it, Spedsy. It always blew my mind, man. It's like, what would you do if you're enjoying a nice day fishing or something, and then what was that? Past you real quick because you'd have that motion too, was that just a woman sitting on a
and it wouldn't be the most flattering of angles either. You're seeing thighs pressed down against an invisible piece of glass. I don't know. Maybe that is the best angle. Who knows?
It's a weird old thing to have, isn't it? Just that extra. And you'd run into it in the car park, I didn't take bloody milk back for the, the island. I'll just drop in and get 3 litres, bang on your head, in the car park. But anyway, I digress. And it's, I love that detail on the invisible jet too, Spedsy. That was good. Well done. All right. So, Mr. May.
I wasn't allowed to watch TV at home. So it was always a treat as a youngster to go to somebody's house where we could watch Super Friends, which was probably my favorite cartoon, or the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. So sort of in the 70s, about the time that it was happening, and loved it. But probably like other people, I knew of the comics, and when I think George Perez relaunched Wonder Woman in 86-ish, whenever after Crisis and all of that sort of stuff. So I had a few. I think I bought a few issues of that. I think I'm going to say in the 90s, Brian Bolland was doing covers on Wonder Woman, and they were and still are fantastic. So I know I bought a few issues just for the covers, but probably more recently, a favorite artist of mine, Robert Valley, did I think he did 3 really short episodes of a Wonder Woman adventure in his sort of hyper stylized way, which if anybody is interested, look up Robert Valley Wonder Woman, and you'll see some of the greatest Wonder Woman art of all times. And I guess I really did like the first Wonder Woman movie, even though it was sort of like the first Captain America movie. And then she didn't make a second Wonder Woman movie, did they? I don't remember.
No, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, but Wonder Woman. Cool. Good choice, Kerry.
Yeah,
Sorry, Lee, I want to ask Brad a question. Brad, because Brad says I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan. Let me know of any questions. So, Brad, if you're watching, what's the deal with the invisible jet?
yeah.
Or Kerry, maybe Kerry's got
Anything,
answers.
Brad, who designed it? Like I'd hate to see the schematic plan.
I'd love to know the story behind it.
Maybe somebody just said, I've made it. It's just there, Wonder Woman. It's just there. And she's like, I don't see it.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, with Spetsy's thing there, how come you didn't have a TV, mate?
It was sort of a belief system that my father was in the 70s until this very day. So, although he's a little bit more accepting of pop culture now, but in the 60s, 70s, 80s, no way, no TV in the May household.
All right.
No worries. Okay, fair enough.
So
Yeah,
there wasn't any happy
reply.
days, both figuratively and literally.
I don't know what you're talking about, Rob. Is that some sort of pop culture reference?
Hey, so Brad's just let us know that the invisible jet first appeared at the start of World War II.
All right.
Okay, why is it invisible?
What does he mean by appeared? Doesn't make sense.
No, it does not. Now, Peter Wilson, you're being very quiet down there, mate. So I'm going to come back to you later. But right now, Wonder Woman, man. Like, where in Little Pete's world did Wonder Woman first appear?
Pretty early on when I started collecting, the bookshop, which had hundreds of old DC paperbacks. When they'd run out of Batman, I'd pick up whatever. And after a while, it felt wrong not to have Wonder Woman because I had so many Superman and Batman, and you got to have the trio in there. And it was the Perez and John Byrne ones from the 80s and 90s. I thought it was a really cool run. I remember being impressed that they made it look cool because I was only familiar with from the sort of Golden Age style.
Yep.
I've had one account of the invisible jet, which I thought made it passable.
Hit us, man.
There was one telling of her origin story. The jet was simply Steve Trevor's jet that he crashed onto the island.
Uh-huh.
He convinced Diana to come with him to the world of man.
Yep.
Her mother, in order to let Diana, said, well, I'm going to have to cast some magic on it because that's the only way I feel you'll be safe. There's a war going on. So you won't be spotted on radar or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that just turned it invisible. It was used as a one-off thing. Steve Trevor made a lot of jokes about it, that they ruined his craft. And it was also the same reason why they put the stars on her costume, was so that Americans would know she's with us.
Yep.
Yep.
I remember thinking that was actually a pretty impressive reason.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I whatever.
Let's talk a little bit more about Wonder Woman.
The beauty of the world, mate. Yes, Shane.
Yeah, just to talk a little bit more about Wonder Woman, we have another guest.
Woohoo!
Ah,
Hey!
Oh no, and he drops out just as I let him in.
Oh, he's in the
Will
invisible jet.
Wade, mate. This man
In the invisible
loves
jet.
Wonder Woman. Unreal. All right.
I wanna
Well,
see-
Pete,
I
we're
wanna
waiting
see
for
his
you,
Wonder
buddy.
Woman drawing.
That's a nice sentimental reason for, why it was an invisible jet, mate. Love and stuff like that, But it still would have looked pretty weird.
That's what I love.
Two people flying around sitting down like they were canoodling on a park bench, mate, while missiles and stuff are exploding around them.
But one of my favorite things about comics is when people try to give logical and grounded reasons to these crazy things. Usually they just raise more questions, but I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, no, mate, they're raising that many questions. We're still talking about it since World War II, puzzling kids all over the world that have grown into adults, It's
legally.
like, why is that jet invisible? But hey, Brad had something there. Says, can you bring that comment back up?
Yeah, I'll bring that back up. Oh, a few other comments popped up.
Because Brad's our Googler from the looks of things. So we've got Charles Moulton, the creator of Wonder Woman, believed that women were superior to men and therefore would have more advanced technology. Okay.
I don't think Brad's Googling. I reckon Brad knows this on the spot. I reckon he could.
Yep.
Well,
he sounds like a guy you couldn't stump him on Wonder Woman facts in a bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, mate.
No, man. Just Brad, keep firing away, mate. Like fill us in on all the nitty-gritty details of Wonder Woman and stuff like that. Because, I'm only learning about it really too, So
I believe when you say anything stupid, just drop a fact.
The lasso of truth comes from her creator was like a bondage dude. He was, this is not a joke. I believe he was into, I know this only from 5 minutes of a documentary. My dad was staying here for a couple of months. He had a stroke, and so he can't. He likes watching just easy TV, and so we watched like these documentaries on like the history of the creation of Batman, and he loved it, and the creation of Superman, and he loved it.
Oh, those ones are good.
And the creation of Wonder Woman, and it got 5 minutes in, and he was like, because there was lots of not nudity, but suggested things, and it wasn't for him, so we turned it off, and I've not revisited, but I believe there's some type.
Here's a fun fact. The guy who created the lasso of truth, that concept, went on to create the lie detector for the FBI.
All right.
Well, there you go. That's a man of many colors, isn't it? What would you put first on your resume, though? Because they're two pretty big ones, man. I created the lasso of truth there. Well, he was on a theme, a lie detector and a lasso of truth.
Not as important as comics. You put the comics first.
I'm betting someone lied to him in his youth. But I don't want to get all armchair psychiatrist.
And he just took at him with a whip. You lied to me, This poor bugger's like, no. I'm telling you. Yeah, oh man, who knows? Like ideas come from weirdest places. It could be, there might be someone out there, thinking, wow, this is factual. I can't believe it, and adding it to the Wikipedia page, man. Who knows? Who knows? And don't forget to give them $1 because they're on the hunt, mate, to keep them going. That's I see that ad pop up all the time. So now Peter Lawson is hopefully going to appear on the stage.
No, he's having major internet issues.
No.
Okay, we'll keep that doorway open for him, Sis.
Yeah, I'll leave it. It's open for him.
What I'm going to do now is I want to just say, coming up in the next couple of days, a very big happy birthday to Kerry Harris. There's also a very, I would say, special, extremely special comic book that we mentioned at the start of the show coming out on the 9th of January. I believe, that's it. Sizzle and Doug Into the Multiverse.
Yeah, and that's number one. That's sought after number one.
There you go. Now, we'll talk to you all about how you can order it and stuff, because there's a particular time that it'll become available. Some are lucky enough to get pre-orders and that, but look, we'll worry about that in a tick. So, ComX, and this is me talking. ComX, Shane and Kerry, over the last couple of years, I believe, have become, I guess, a link tree to, I suppose, for Australian comic book community. They've provided shows, live streams, learning experiences, a community for people from far off lands, distances, all over Australia, the world, wherever it may be, to come together for their just pure love of comic books, Australian comic books in between, it doesn't matter. It's just the love for the medium. I've found great friends that are here over the last couple of years, and I feel very lucky to be part of this community. So I hope there's other people who feel the same way. And if you're not part of the community, reach out and join. You know, you never know who you're going to meet on these shows.
You don't need to have a shirt. It's not a prerequisite. We just...
Actually, it is. Don't listen to Rob.
Don't listen to
Rob. No shirt, no membership.
And don't listen to Alex, but it's a 50-50 chance whichever way you go. So.
I'm not saying there isn't a ComX store to fix all the problems, but anyway.
There you go. But the shirts are available and the comics are available. But with Sizzle and Doug, Kerry, before we get into meeting Kerry, Shane and Kerry have done an awful lot themselves, monetarily, time-wise, to build this community. And Sizzle and Doug is a limited edition comic book put together by 32 creators. And basically it's numbered 1 to 100. And on the 9th of January, I believe it's 3:30 in the afternoon, Queensland time. If you go to the ComX shop, you can get your copies. That'll be the first time anyone can get it. Now, Sizzle and Doug is very important too, because it's also, I guess, assisting the community to keep ComX going, the Friday night drink and draw, the Tuesday chinwag, the Wednesday ComX show. And on Sunday is a new show premiering with Peter Wilson down the bottom, and it's called the Sunday Spotlight. And we'd like to think that anyone out there that's, you know, been part of it, talk to anyone, drawn comics, you know, the whole crew, no one, to just everyone. This is your chance to show some love for Shane and Kerry in ComX and, you know, just help out and say a big thank you. So I think it's an amazing effort that Shane and Kerry are going to, you know, over the last year. And I'd just like to say, you know, we will talk about it more. But, you know, fantastic effort. So thank you very much, you two. And, guys, keep an eye out for Monday, January the 9th, 3:30 p.m. So for that comic, okay?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. But, all right. Now, do we have a little, like, dinky musical thing for, you know?
Oh,
like,
yeah, hang on.
It's coming up. I can do
We
one.
do. We're doing the creative spotlight. Here we go.
Now it's that part of the show where we shine a big shiny spotlight on one of our creator friends. This week, we welcome
Name
and talk about their creative journey. Please, everybody, make some noise for
Name.
Yay, Name.
All right. All right, Kerry. So, Kerry, you've got your opportunity this evening, mate, to, I guess, you know, let us into some little secrets of, you know, like the
Oh, no.
of the ComX HQ, mate. So, let's act as though, you know, Shane's not here. And
He's in his invisible jet.
yeah, he's in his. Yeah, that's exactly right. So, mate, you know, Shane was obviously a comic fan, and one of the first questions I would ask you, apart from your appreciation of Wonder Woman and stuff, going to go in two directions here, like sort of the same path, but, you know, like, when did you realize that, you know, like, whoa, you know, like, comic books are starting to become a big part of my life, you know, like, and at what point did you, I guess, think, wow, you know, like, I'm part of, you know, like, this community. This is what, you know, like, you guys have created. Like, that must blow your mind, yeah?
I think before Shane moved in here, I helped him move from where he used to live and had a little two-door car. And he had, how many long comic boxes did you have?
Oh, enough to bottom out the car.
It actually, I'm like, I think it's about 12 boxes. I'm like, no, just fill the car. We're doing one trip. That's it. And we couldn't even move because it was literally the butt was dragging on the ground. And I thought, oh yeah, okay, a couple of comic boxes. And he had stopped collecting, and I'm like, no, come on, you should start collecting again. Oh, famous last words. Welcome, ComX. Yeah.
So did you ever see the car bottoming out as leading you to a Friday night drinking draw as the special guest, mate? Like,
no, never.
It's funny how it all happens. Yeah.
And it's funny too, because I tell people we live in a little 1-bedroom unit, which you can hardly swing a cat in, swing a Doug in. And literally, like, I don't have a couch. I don't have a dining table and chair. I have my computer chair I'm sitting on. And we literally have the shelving that you put downstairs to put your tools and stuff on. That's in my lounge room. As soon as you walk through the door, full of ComX stuff, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, this is it.
Spency. So, mate, like, I guess you really are, I suppose, living it now. Like there's nowhere you can go. I mean, you're even, as you and your cat are a star of like the upcoming comic book and that. Like you've sort of deep dived into it,
Yeah. I'm really proud and honoured to be part of the community. It's a big passion of Shane's, and of course it has to be a passion of mine too, because we're a team. So yeah, I've had to learn to live with it, whether I like it or not. But it's good. It's really good. And as you said, I've made a lot of friends, and it's just nice. Different, and it's nice to be supporting Australian artists. So, as I said, that was Shane's main aim, and I'm basically here to support him, to help him, even though I get mad a lot. There's not enough room, all these comics. But at the end of the day, it's all about you guys, and someone's got to do it. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to think that tonight is about Mr. Challoner. How are you, mate? I'd like to think that Kerry, man. Well, mate, I'd like to think tonight, mate, is about you, and the appreciation that we all have for you, because I certainly do, mate. Like I know, a lot of, basically a very lot of, what you guys have been through and all that, and you keep on trudging on for. Us crew that are on the screen and the people that can't be here with us tonight and the viewers and stuff, So, it's a huge thank you from all of us, mate. So, all your efforts are supremely appreciated, believe me. On another note, Kerry, where, like, now you get Peter Lawson call. That's what I got told to go to the granny flat, mate, because my house was looking like that too. There were comics everywhere and stuff, and I was like, you can go to the granny flat. And that was a fair trudge, let me tell you. So you started off with Shane, like just, Shane was getting comic book shops, making places, easy for people to find and stuff. And then reaching out, like creating slowly little community piece by piece and things, getting in touch, like with other guys. And then Shane has an idea about a calendar a couple of years ago. When he was sitting down, computer chair across from computer chair with your feet up on a long box of comic books, having your dinner, mate. what were your thoughts when, like Shane said, I'm going to get together a whole heap of these guys and, and artists and creators and stuff, and I'm going to do a comic book. What were you thinking?
Shane was quite, liked the idea, but then thought, no one's going to want to do it, And I always kind of like, just put it out there and just see what happens, and never expected it to take off like it did, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I kind of had a thought, and I said to him yesterday, maybe do another calendar. So I make mention of stuff. He's already in the process, and he's writing stuff down, and he's doing this and he's doing that. Oh yeah, So I think it was great, that everyone came together and did that calendar. And I cannot believe it finished in December. What was it? 18
months.
18 months.
Yeah.
Where'd that 2 years go? So. And it was brilliant. Yeah, I'm in awe of all you artists, and you make it look so simple. Couple of bit of this here, a bit of that there, but yeah, it was really good. So
yeah, mate. I reckon that us artists have got the easy part. It's the behind the scenes that have got to put all this stuff together and work out like all the paper and emails and conversations and stuff, like that's
I think
huge part of it.
The hard thing about it is I do either the bagging and the boarding of ComX, or I have to make those boxes. So
the boxes.
You're welcome, everybody out there. You're welcome. So it can be, really hard. But Shane stresses out and think he has to do everything, and I'm like, no, come on, it's all right. I'll give you a hand. And I'm like, these stupid comic boxes. But it's all worth it in the end.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we've got the comic boxes, and then the calendar. It's like, woo, wow, that we got it together. It's out and about. And then the idea of ComX Presents and ComX Noir comes up. What were you thinking about that?
You don't want to know.
What you do?
I don't think I can mention that one. What time is it? I don't think I can mention what I actually felt. But at the end of the day, Shane stresses out, but it does calm him, so to speak. You know what I mean? So it's good. It's good for him. So as I said, like it or not, I'm just support him. Do what I can. Put together those boxes, bagging and boarding, whatever I can do to help out. So
no, and that's, mate, it's an amazing thing, because you also, like obviously you don't work from home, so you're helping, like in your spare time and stuff, which is like a huge effort as well. It's
bloody awesome.
There you go. Think the same, mate. So Presents comes out issue 1, success, boom, all rocking. 2 comes out, 3 comes out. You're on, you're getting some momentum. Then you get to the idea and like of Sizzle and Doug into the multiverse. This idea forms, and I'm gonna as well, Spedsy. I know you're drawing, but you can correct. Spedsy was, like a man that's, like had this idea while you guys were yarning and stuff. Like after the 18 people in the calendar, we all like sitting there going like, wow, now we got to get 32 people. Did that at all like hit you as like, whoa,
So while the original thing was just like, if we can at least get to like 22, and then the idea was that if we couldn't get there, then we would call on, the Nick Mays and Peter Wilsons of the world to maybe do a couple of pages. And then we quickly were like, oh, this is bigger than a 22-page book. we're doing 28 pages. Oh, this is bigger than a 28-page book. And we probably could have kept going. But
we probably could have.
We had to call it somewhere because the idea is to sell it. And if you have to charge $30 because it's like this thick, we might not have sold it. So, it was just sitting in a little chat and Sizzle lamenting the bills and how we could go about alleviating some of that financial pressure. And and I thought, well, what do we all do best? And that's make comics. So what if we made one together? And then the ball was rolling.
Because not only Sizzle and Doug's got, you've got the 32 artists and stuff. I mean, you've got people from Tim McEwen all the way through to like all of us that people see regularly and stuff, and have our own little indie comics out. And you've also got first timers and stuff too. Is that correct? People that gave pages for the first time.
Yeah.
So there's, so the beautiful thing, it all rolls around, is ComX is like brought a community of people together to do a comic book. So it's kind of full circle, because I love the fact that I get a real buzz for people that get to see their stuff in print for the first time. Because I remember, I was 42 and wanted to do this stuff, my whole life, but never had the courage to do it. Then once I saw my first comic book printed, that was it for me. I went, woohoo, I'm off and running. So it gives you a good buzz. It makes you feel good. And you guys, done an amazing thing. So with now January the 9th, we've established, did it come together with that date in mind, or was that something that time, allowed? What, did Shane? That's me. Spency, no, I won't sleep tonight, man. You're bringing back memories. There was no trolley, but yeah. So where were we? Oh my God, you threw me off with that.
I think I made a joke about it. Shane's like, when would be a good time to release it? I'm like, that's about on my birthday. And it's like this show, he's like, I wonder who the first guest should be. I'm like, I'll be on it, and then here I am. I say things in jest, and then the next thing you know, Shane's brain ticking, and he's worked it all out. He goes, guess who's on the first show? You. I'm like, okay. So I made a joke, hey, release it on my birthday. He goes, when were you born? I'm like, Sunday, 1:30. He goes, great, that's when we're going to do it. So, ta-da! Yeah.
1:30 Western Australian time. That's why it's 3:30 Queensland time, just so there's no mixing it up there.
Just so it's no mixing. Now, hey, next question. With the let's all have dibs. This is for everyone. Who's going to get number one? Come on, we'll all have a pick. Put our hands into the hat and draw out a name.
Oh, all hopes are dashed for me. I wanted 69, but Quick actually Nick May, but we'll call him Quick in this instance because he was the first off the bat.
Oh, look at it! There it is.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
In all of its glory.
So I guess we should explain. So there was a little pre-launch where you could secure a number from 12 through to 99, I believe.
Yep.
So, a handful of people picked numbers that are important to them, but the 1 through to 11 are still ready and roaring, and the elusive number 100. People are sleeping on 100. I mean, I don't want. Actually, we probably shouldn't push that because then everyone will like, oh wait,
Gary's probably sleeping on 100. That unit, hey, comics everywhere. Just snuggle up next to issue 100.
So Rob, I got a question for you. So why is the number 69 so special to you? Why did you want that number, and why did Nick have to be so cruel to take that.
My dad was born in 1969, Alex. Why? Is there another meaning that I'm missing?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking, because you seem very attached to it. I was.
Oh, my dad's very important to me, mate. So
I've got a lot of.
How old was your dad when you were born?
Let's not do any maths. I'm younger than I look. Isn't that right, Dave?
That's
We're
right,
talking
mate.
comic books here, man. There's invisible jets and Spedsy's dad's only an numerical.
I couldn't do the maths either.
No maths here, just drawing.
I'm sure it's just 77 take away 69, but I'm not going to do the maths. I don't know how to.
That's like that Adam Sandler movie, but he has. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what I don't know.
Or he plays.
Way to commit, Alex.
Yeah, that's not commitment. Yeah. Anyways, so 69, huh? All right, cool. So
why is it important to you, Nick May? Is that the year you were born?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah.
This just in, Nick May is my father.
I went to school with Rob's dad. Rob's dad used to bully me.
So basically, this is like
As he should.
This is Drickens and Draw's answer to Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have seen my dad's face when me and Nick kissed for the first time. He was like, ooh.
He was applauding.
That's what I was. He'd be just yeah. You go, boys.
And from that day on, Nick was horribly bullied by my dad. Anyway, this is what's called a derailment, Lee. Good luck getting the train back on the tracks.
No, that's
I'll go
all
back to
right,
that.
mate. I'm just, having a breather here. I was a little bit parched there because, I'm, it's just the numbers thing blew me out. There's numbers, there's trolleys with comics, and taking me back to granny flat heavy lifting and stuff. So I had a moment there myself, Spedsy. So don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. So, Kerry, what do you hope for? What do you hope for the future of ComX, mate? Like from this point on, obviously a huge success coming with Sizzle and Doug. Like in a baby step, do you want an issue 2? Have you got the bug as well now? Like,
yeah, I think it would be good. Yeah, to see, because there's like when the calendar was first out, there was just limited people, but the community's gotten bigger and bigger. So, you could have another other 18 artists, get them published or something like that. So, yeah, I think it could be maybe a couple of episodes, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be good.
So
Yeah, I think so too.
Where I think it'd be a fantastic idea, Kerry. You could, I don't want to give the ending of the comic book away as to like where you were or anything, where would you go in future issues coming? Like, would you? Is there a particular place?
I think maybe it should be about me and Doug, perhaps.
Oh,
looking for Sizzle.
Boom, boom.
Just I don't know, just putting it out there,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll leave it up to everyone else's imagination. I don't know. A friend of ours said, what did he say, Shane? Dave said, I think the comic was really about you and Doug, and you should have been just the sidekick.
Yeah, Sizzle was the sidekick.
So, yeah, and maybe Doug and I, who knows?
Yeah. Wherever you go, though, would you take an invisible jet?
I think... Sorry, I think he might be making an appearance soon.
Doug.
Doug,
Hey. Come here, Doug.
Sorry, that's why I'm looking like this, because he's meowing at me.
Ask Doug who his favourite was.
Where's my spotlight?
Here we go. Hello.
There's the star.
Oh, there's Doug himself.
Good boy.
Hello, Doug. So, Doug, I'm going to ask you a question now, mate. I'm probably only going to get one answer back. Are you excited about the comic book?
Say meow. Oh, there we go. That's how excited he is. Hello. Hello.
There you go.
Say hi to everyone. Hey, thanks for putting me in the comic. They put your butt on screen. Please.
Doug, that was a pleasure. Doug, Kerry, this is working. Like I like it, man. It actually makes me think that Doug's talking to me when he's that close to the camera.
Oh no, but
Oh. No,
We just got kicked off YouTube, guys.
Oh
We
Lord,
just got
you
kicked
know,
off YouTube.
like
Oh,
such provocative things. I mean, God, you know, we're talking about where Wonder Woman's lasso came from. If, you know, like they're going to concern themselves with cat bottoms. Oh goodness! It's like, come on, you know.
Lee speaks the truth.
Who'd have thought the neighbor's cat would become Doug into the multiverse?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kerry, tell us while you got it there.
Yeah.
While he's there, what's Doug's story, man? Like this elusive creature that just forced himself into your hearts, man.
Correct.
Like, where did he come from?
He used to live next door, so his biological parents live next door, and
His biological parents were cats, Gary, just so you know.
Yeah.
Illusion.
Did you live next door to a house full of like anthropomorphic cat people?
And are they okay with Alex coming over and doing a short animation about their life?
Yeah.
So his real name, Louis, lived next door, and I was coming home one Christmas Eve, I think it was about 5 years ago, and he ran up to me and he followed me upstairs. And he had a name on his collar and a number, and I rang it and I said, "Oh, I found your cat, you know." And she goes, "Oh, we just look down the stairs. We live next door." I'm like, "Oh, okay, no worries." So he used to come for a visit, and it was all fun and games. And then they started having kids, so he was over here more. And then he'd come and he'd sleep like they do, come and sleep the day away, and then go home for food and come back and blah blah blah. And then
it's like Sizzle.
He now lives with us. And
my favorite part is where the neighbor brought food over to us to feed him.
And the funny part is, one day I said to her, "Oh, you know, is he registered and this and that?" And she goes, "Oh, well, he's your cat now, so you do whatever you like." And I'm like, "Oh, great, stuck with him now." But
that little plastic bag of whiskers was like the parting gift. There you go, Louis. Your dog out.
Yeah.
You're up there.
But you know, like he's 15 now, I think, and he, you know, I welcomed it. Shane pretends he doesn't like him as much as he does, you know? And I see him going, "Oh, come on, Louis, what do you think?"
I never call him Louis.
Come on, Doug. And yeah, he's been a good little addition. You know what I mean? He's fun, and he's Shane's support cat. So we're actually allowed to have him here because the doctor wrote Shane a letter saying Louis is his support cat, so he needs him for his mental health. So yeah, however long he's with us. So
animals are wonderful things to have around, mate. I've got plenty of them. And
yeah.
there you go. Yeah. Hey, Speedy, you're on fire, Speedy.
They're awesome.
They're awesome.
I like your work. It's good stuff.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. You're
Nick
on.
who? Nick who? What? Nick,
Speaking of art, Lee, I don't know if it's time, but we have a
Robert.
treasure trove of art to look at.
Yay.
We do,
Wow.
and you've just said that as I'm downloading another one.
Well, I can, if Lee would like, I can press buttons.
Oh,
Would that,
well,
would that help anybody?
You can do it, man.
All right, Lee. Well,
Right,
first
well,
up, mate. Can I? Yep. All right. So we got Dana King of the Oz ComX show this week.
Yippee. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Sick.
Excellent.
Great.
Very good.
Well done.
Next up is Rick Smith. Not familiar with Rick Smith. New to the show, I'm guessing.
Wow.
Good on you, Rick.
No,
Really, mate.
Nice one.
Always welcome, Rick. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Thanks,
on you.
Rick.
Ripper, mate.
The muscles. Look around the leg, very muscular legs. All thighs.
Oh yeah, those thighs save lives.
Crushed watermelons.
Next, we have Alistair Lockhart.
Oh wow.
Oh, good one,
Oh,
Alistair.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Very
That's
nice.
cool.
Very
Very
nice.
good.
Look at the bullets
good,
flying.
mate.
That's wicked. Craig Bruin is next.
All right.
Right.
100%.
Man, I love those. That's beautiful. Matt Rice.
Oh no.
Ah, Matt.
Awesome.
You're getting so much
Love it.
awesome work.
That's wicked.
Awesome.
Sean Craik.
Sean.
Oh,
good on you.
wow.
Brilliant.
Slice
That's
of
all right.
Tiger.
Cheater action.
Cheater, isn't
Well
it?
done.
Amazing.
Check out the abs. Girl's been doing sit-ups. Lee's hetero life mate. Ryan Vella.
Ah,
That's cool.
rip,
Yeah.
man.
It's a little bit Crumb inspired, this one. I don't know if Ryan
Good,
was
mate.
inspired by Crumb. It's cool. I mean, it was a compliment.
Yeah.
Next is David
Oh,
Wargo.
nice.
Oh wow.
All right.
Well done. Everyone's on fire.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
awesome.
Awesome.
I love the red lines.
Beautiful. Lovely work.
Trev Wood.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
good on
Wow.
you, Trev.
Excellent.
Jeez,
Good on you.
Hatching looks beautiful.
So good.
next level. Well done.
Tom
Absolutely.
Tung.
Oh, Tom, good on you, mate.
I'm a Tom.
Nice one, Tom.
I want to read this.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Next, we have Sam Maroney.
Sam Maroney.
Wait for more of your
Fantastic.
content in 2023.
Very
Oh,
nice.
Sam.
Good. That's
Oh,
all
Plenty
right.
of it coming,
Right,
Sam.
Navo.
Might just
Happy New Year to you
brother
too. Sam.
out. And yeah, we should start shouting out people's Instagrams or whatever in the future. So feel free to send through your
Yeah, I was
handles.
doing the same thing actually.
Julian Velasco.
Julian.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. Good on you, mate. Jeez,
Lighting
everyone's
is crazy.
coming tonight. Good on you.
Hey, I'll
mate.
tell you what, Wonder Woman's bringing them to the party, isn't it? This is some
Yeah.
great artwork, man.
Yeah, it's really.
Good choice.
Yeah.
My Larrikin and Just teammate, Pete Fairfax.
Oh, Pete. Good on you, mate.
Ah,
Shin guard's awesome. Oh, look at the, what would you call those little muscles on her ribs there? They look awesome.
Intercostals.
Riblicles.
Oh. What? Pete, what do you call them?
Riblicles?
Riplicles.
Yeah. That's a real word. Don't look it up.
Don't need to.
Trust him. Pete wouldn't lie to you.
Oh, this is nice.
Shannon Browning with the Linda Carter and Gail Godot.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, nice.
cool.
Done, Shannon.
Very nice.
Shannon's killing it. Nice. And then we've got the Chalkmaster General in the house,
Mate.
Lee
Yeah.
Chalker.
Of course, mate.
The shield sick.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Good job.
Really awesome.
Lovely, mate.
Thank you, man.
Dushan Silva.
Rip
Nice.
nice.
No,
Ah,
Dushan.
New design. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's awesome.
Dushan.
If you need to go get a coffee, we've still got quite a few to go. So
Oh, no.
pause the
We
video.
had to go through our show. Sorry, guys.
Ryan Christopher.
Oh, wow.
Well done.
That's
Ooh.
Hey.
Ah, young
60s version.
60s.
Good on you,
Steve,
mate.
Says she's got your eyebrows.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, that just went up my nose.
Neil Blandon.
Oh,
Oh, Neil.
Cheese and
That
crackers.
was tough stuff for me.
Is that a gigantonod or?
Yeah, good call. Paul Mason.
Oh, good on you. He just won
Awesome,
the.
Mr. Mason.
He just got the Comic Guys Award for best comic with his is Flock.
Flock.
Flock, yeah.
Oh,
I saw that.
Hell yeah.
congratulations.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Paul, if you're watching.
Good on you, Paul.
Yeah. Couldn't go to a nicer guy. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of nice guys, Ed Kearsley.
Oh,
Ed.
Ah,
Hey.
good on you, Ed.
Oh,
Classic.
See,
That
mate.
is awesome.
it's missing some
Maybe
globes
nice
from the
post about it
background.
earlier, so thank you, Ed, for that.
And then, whatever. There's that guy, of course. Yeah, you're
He's on
right.
every show. This guy, he won't leave us alone.
That's that speedy fella.
Then we got
Very
Chris Wood.
All right.
Perspective,
Oh,
much. Holy moly.
Nice.
Yeah.
so good
Bloody
to see
brilliant.
everyone.
More of that. That's great.
Oh, here's one from left field. Janet Menzies,
Ah, right.
wife of Tony Menzies.
I was going to say related
That's
to Tony
cool.
Menzies.
Nice
Very
work,
awesome.
Janet.
Yeah,
I
good.
want to tell
Yeah.
her
Thank you so
awesome.
much for sending in your artwork.
Yeah.
Well, she said thank you very much for picking Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
You're on fire, Kerry.
Oh, my pleasure.
Good choice.
And then Janet's other half, of course, is Tony Menzies.
Oh,
Miss
that's
Menzie.
awesome.
Not
Very
bad.
good, mate.
We need a couple more Menzies to give those Mays a run for their money.
Monty Hughes versus Capulets. Now this.
This might be the biggest art dump we've ever had. Holy! I just
think
scrolled
so.
down. All right,
Wow.
Hugh McGowan.
Oh,
Awesome.
Holy,
Hugh.
holy, Hugh. Excellent, Hugh.
Nice.
Travis Richardson is next. Excellent, Trav.
oh, that's good, mate.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh my god.
And
That's good.
the first of our Mays tonight, Lulu May.
Ah,
Yeah, baby.
Awesome.
Wow,
That's
Fun,
cool.
Lulu.
yeah.
Excellent.
excellent,
it.
Lulu. More, send in more, Lulu. More Mays.
Yeah.
Tony Davo 77.
Dave.
Oh, nice.
Good on you, Dave.
Awesome, Tony.
Awesome.
Well done, mate.
Then we've got the first of two for Peter Lawson.
Nice.
Peter.
All right.
Killed it as
Wow.
always.
Well done, Pete.
Very good, feet.
Love those shoulders.
There's some more shoulders for you, Pete.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
awesome.
Mm.
And some thighs to save your lives and whatnot.
Excellent. Always welcome.
And our second May, Nick May.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Where's the
That's great.
shoes?
Nick.
You
Yeah,
well,
no
mate.
shoes and a
No
knot
shoes.
in the lasso.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
that's awesome.
Is that the I can't remember. Suddenly I've just blanked on his name. Forget it.
Correct.
I'm going to find it. Nathan Stone. Is that the Nathan Stone technique of stroke,
Yeah.
outline,
Yeah.
whatnot?
Lulu made me a brush in Procreate so I could do it properly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Very clever.
Lulu, send it through to your uncle's weird friend. Peter Wilson.
Oh,
Pete.
Go on,
nice.
Pete.
That's awesome, Peter.
thank you.
Oh, good
Hell
one.
yeah, Pete.
Well done, mate.
And last but not least, we've got Brad Daniels.
Oh, good
Brad.
on you. Oh, well done,
Yeah.
Brad.
Nice,
One of the
Brad.
Colosseum. Or the Parthenon, whichever.
That's
Passing on.
excellent.
I don't know, Lee. What do you think?
Mate, I'm my mind is blown. Like it's
Not just
I
my
can't
mind.
believe I can't believe how many people, like are drawing out there tonight. It's awesome.
Mm.
There's a lot of comments coming in too from people. So like fully
Oh,
appreciated. So yeah, thank you very much for, your two bobs worth and questions and things like that. Because there's my mum. All right. DC. All right, I got a chair.
Hi,
Now
Mum.
I'm all nervous because Mum's watching. See? Thank you, mother. So yeah,
That's funny that your mum's called CC because my dad's actually called Dorito. I'll be back to host next week, so brace yourself. My jokes didn't get any better in the new year.
No.
I think they did, Rob. I thought they were 40% funnier.
Yeah.
These are my picks.
That's awesome.
I've been trying, Pete, but they just both look insulting, so I couldn't use them.
No, very
And then you did.
Yeah.
Did anyway. Yeah, nice.
It's but if there's anyone out there that's still drawing, you're not late. You can always, like, do what you're doing and keep sending stuff in till the end of the show, because Shane's got his eye on everything. So
And
where do they send them,
after
Shane?
the
if they
show?
don't-
If
Hey?
they send it after the show, I'll put it on the website with all the other art. So even if you're late, you're not late. Just so you
Never
know.
too late. You've still got time.
I've had pictures that have come in a week afterwards, and I've still added them to everyone else's. So
Good on you, mate.
Awesome. Try not to miss anyone. Hey, it's good. It's good. Well, Peter Lawson, great art being sent in tonight. Second that, mate. Like, absolutely. Thank you, Hugh.
Yep.
Well done, all.
Hugh.
Well done. All right. So, what do we got now? I guess we should start rolling through some people, mate. What's the
yeah, we got
I've just
Chris.
about finished mine. Oh,
lay it on us, Chris?
Oh, awesome!
Hey.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Cover worthy.
Chris. That's great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I was kind of secretly hoping for a Wonder Woman mermaid flying in an invisible thing over the rings of Saturn, but that's just my
I was tempted.
expectation.
I was tempted, but I had this idea and had to do it instead.
Speaking of, we should check in with someone else and find out
Yeah.
what they've been up to. What do you got? What do you got going on there,
look at
Dave?
I've gone bitten off a bit more than I can chew. I can't get it. I've gone a bit too much.
That's great.
Arty.
It looks awesome.
Is
Looks awesome, Dave.
It looks like Natalie Portman.
Yeah,
I can't see that.
No, still a bit-
Nobody can see that. That's okay. It's just for my eyes then.
It's from this
Yeah.
image here that I took
That's
Oh,
great, Dave.
cool.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
nice. That's not Natalie Portman.
from
Sorry.
my phone. But
Give us a
It's
double
a bit-
one.
yeah, it needs a lot more work. It's only halfway there.
Looks
Wow,
Wow,
awesome.
that's pretty awesome for halfway.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of work to do yet. But
It is.
yeah, this was to have a look at this. Now, this here was a sculpture at the Brisbane Supernova a couple of years ago.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
oh.
They had
I didn't. Was that?
that's actual. They had Superman there, and it's so realistic.
Yeah, that's really
I thought it was a
cool.
photo.
But
So,
that,
Dave, did you have security come and stand near you, just asking if everything's all right while you're taking those, statues, mate?
no, well, no, I didn't. But I'll tell you, you could see the perspiration on their brow and everything. They were good sculptures.
Yeah,
Really good.
yeah. I'm surprised you
Lifestyle.
didn't. I'm surprised you didn't chuck one in the bin, mate, and take it back home.
Not a lip.
Nice.
Anyway,
And hey,
I won't-
question: what's with don't we usually have harp music? Have we changed it up for 2023? There,
Yeah.
what was that going on in the background, man?
I need to
Going lo-fi vibes this year, mate. Keeping it chill.
Yeah,
We all got a little bit too stressed last year. Let's keep the vibes cruisy, mate.
yeah.
No, I just happened to press that button. I'm sorry.
All right. Dude, I was into
You're on
what
the
you were
magic.
talking about before. You've shattered me now, man. It's like, I was keeping
I thought it was a bit of-
cruisy.
Time to wrap up. Come on. Time to
Yeah.
wrap up.
Yeah.
I finished.
Well, we
All
have one last picture for the night, unless someone sends me something in. And this one has a bit of movement to it.
Oh, wow.
ah, yes.
Who's been animating? Ah, there we go.
Ah,
Invisible Jet.
Hey.
That's great.
The budgie.
Also, if you guys can see, somebody else is on the bottom following them.
Oh, yeah. Doug.
That's great.
I feel bad that I didn't get all these patterns for the. Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. By the
Oh, you're close enough.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But also, Quick Nick's not here, so he's missed. But his budgie's here to take his.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Because Spedsy wasn't in it.
Yeah, I humbly
was,
accept the tribute in his honor, in his absence.
Yeah.
When Spedsy's not here, I'll do Sluggish and the toilet together.
Yeah.
Oh, there's still my picture. I've got her in the invisible jet.
Nice.
Masterpiece, mate.
That's the wrong shaped engine, Sizzle.
Yeah, that was more Gulf War rather than World War
Yeah.
II.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
And I don't draw, unfortunately, but I've got a little favourite.
Thanks, Chad.
This sort of show.
Oh, yeah, it's a little
Thank
toy
you.
that was given to her by a
So
friend.
this was given
right.
to me by a friend, and I love it because you squeeze her legs together. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
I do
That's
the
what
same
happens when you
thing.
squeeze my legs together.
Squeeze her legs together, and she's like, yeah.
Hey, someone squeezing your legs together again.
Ah,
Kerry, did
Again.
you check the pack to see if there's an invisible plane in there?
Yeah. I've actually got, we call it visible. I've actually got a visible jet over there. I don't know why I didn't bring it out to show
A
you.
visible invisible.
You wouldn't have been able to see it anyway, but
Oh.
I've got
That's
a lot
why-
of collection.
Yes, your whole
I've got a
rack,
lot, like,
whole shelf of Wonder
I
Woman.
brought a few just of my favorites to show you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
nice.
So that one. And one of my all-time favorites
Bring
is
Kerry up bigger so we can see it.
this one.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
She's got her own.
Truck.
She's got her own truck. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it
Who's
was a
driving if she's hanging out?
Bombshell, that's it.
bombshell.
Invisible.
Ah,
pilot.
yep.
You know
The Bombshell series.
So yeah,
Mm.
so that's, and as I said, this one.
Yeah.
Nice.
So just a bit of my collection. Anything you can think of, I've probably got it. Like this pillow also.
Oh, yeah. Wonder Woman
Oh,
pillow.
yeah.
Go to the
Very
movie.
handy when you've got hemorrhoids. Those things.
Well, Betsy wouldn't know.
Oh, we're going back there, are we, Spedsy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see you do a
Don't
trick.
go there.
Yeah, there you go.
New year.
The
not a
wonder
new me.
pillow. Spetsy, the way you go on about hemorrhoids, man, I'm surprised you don't have one of those on your toilet seat, but that's a very long call back, let me tell you. That's show number 3 or something, if I remember. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who else has got some artwork? Anyone? There's
Oh, we got nothing.
Hello,
I
mate.
think we've done everybody.
We've done everyone, man.
No.
And no one's
Oh,
said
Nick is.
anything.
Hey, Nick. So,
Hey, Nick.
see you next week.
He'll be back next week, so everyone will get sick of seeing me, and you'll be back to normal, and like the experiment will be, like done, and see you later, and leave
Can I
me to
just say
Chinwag.
Thank you to everybody involved. Thank you for the brilliant artwork and for humoring me because I love Wonder Woman. It's much appreciated.
No
So
worries.
thank you, everybody.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kerry, for everything you do for Shane. It's a trickle down effect. If you weren't there for Shane, Shane wouldn't be there for us. So, thank you. Shall we self promote ourselves, Lee? What do you think?
I reckon so, mate. I reckon it sounds like as good a time as any to self-promote.
Yeah, sounds good.
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment Shameless Self-Promotion.
And I start. And I'm going to go with the typical. Is it working?
It
It's
is.
working.
Yeah.
I can see
It's
it.
showing for me.
Yeah.
Okay. ComX shop down the bottom that I can't see. Special this week is on the 9th of the 1st, the Monday that's coming at 3:30 p.m. Queensland time, so Eastern Standard Time. I will be clicking over the clock and releasing Sizzle and Doug into the multiverse, into the world. So it's a race to get issue 1, I believe. So get in there at that exact time, and yeah, get in first. And number 1's yours.
What time was it again? 4 o'clock my time, I think.
3:30
Oh.
Queensland time, so 4:30 for
Yeah.
you.
Yep. And what day was it?
The 9th of the 1st, Monday.
Just rewind the show, Dave.
What
Yep,
time?
yep.
9th of January.
And when is this weekend?
Oh, that's this
What
weekend,
year? 9th of January. This or
Oh.
next?
yeah? The calendar's gone.
Oh, yes.
Oh no! Well,
Calendar's gone. It's a horrible feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, I look up and the calendar's gone.
Yeah. Next project, another calendar. What am I doing? Oh, what have I done?
What you've got notes there scribbled, I bet you, mate.
I do. I have a page of notes.
Just to
Everything.
tag on the Sizzle and Doug of it all. There isn't the race for number 1 and whatnot, but there's only 100 copies. They're numbered individual. There's only 100, and it serves as a time capsule, I think, of the Australian comic book scene right this second. At least our little side of it. So if it's not too gauche to say, it's kind of, in this little niche community, it's quite the historical something or other. So do us a favor, but who knows, then maybe even do yourself a favor and grab this once in a lifetime kind of moment in time comic book. What about yourself, Lee? Where can we find all your whatnots?
Well, you can find my stuff on the ComX shop and battleforbustle.com. At this stage, issue 1 of Battle for Bustle and issue 2 will be going back to print in the near future with a few little extras. Issue 5 is just around the corner. That's about 3/4 bubbled. All art's done. Cover's been selected. So over the course of the next week, that'll all be done. So that'll be with you in the new year. A couple of little tricky bits that me and Spedsy and Ben Sullivan and Ryan Ballard got in the, I guess, cooking up that won't be too far into the future.
Sweet.
In fact, I plan to talk to you about it after the show. Just
very good. There you go.
So, yeah.
Awesome. I love it. But yeah, battleforbustle.com. You can catch me on Tuesdays for Tuesday Chinwag, 7:30 Queensland time, where I have a yarn to different creators and stuff like that about what makes them tick, how they, the who, what, where, when, whys, and hows of things. And just a little plug, because another man on the show here tonight is my guest for Tuesday, and it's Mr. Nick May, Chernobyl. He'll be with us this week, so I'm looking forward to that one. And over to my mate, Robert.
Now, so I often tell my wife that Tuesday nights I like to be sitting down and drawing by 7:30 because that's when I watch my chin wag. But I also have 6-year-old twins, so sometimes it doesn't always work out. I'm sitting down 15 minutes late, whatever. But I said to my wife, I finished the Jason Paulos episode. Great episode of Chinwag this past week. And at the end of it is when I found out that Nick May was the next guest. So I ran and I told my wife, this Tuesday, I don't care what the excuse is. I'm sitting down at 7:30. So mark my calendar. I'll be watching. But I've been busy over the Christmas break. I have finished Sluggish 2. I just have to do a cover, but all the interior pages are done. And I'm debating what to do with it, whether I kickstart, whether I wait for Vamoose 4, which is also in the makings, and do a joint something or other. I don't know. I also handed in the script for Larrikin and Just 3. I mentioned that only because it's for sale right now, Larrikin and Just 1, over at Reverie Publications. And Gary let me know that it's the highest selling book behind Toby and his magic pencils. So
awesome.
I'm very, very stoked, and as is my teammate Pete Fairfax, who does all the art, and we've officially begun number 2. Pete's designing a bunch of new characters, and there's one thing in it that I can't wait for people to see because it's ridiculous. And Gary said, "Oh, I don't know about that," but I snuck it through, and Pete's art's going to look crazy with it. And yeah, I can't wait. So that's at revelrypublications.com.au. Otherwise, all my stuff is at psychojanitor.com. What about you, Mr. Major?
Whoa, what am I? I'm just right now because I'm still trying to recover from last year's TikTok thing. So I'm still working on doing something new, but it's going to be on, well, still with Ichigo, but it'll be on Reels. But I'll keep everybody posted on that. In the meantime, I've been involved with other people's projects. So don't forget Doug. I've got a page in there. Don't forget Vermouth 4. I've got 3 pages in there. So back to Rob on that one. Go to Detective Budgie, and there's Quick Nick has like a bunch of comics. One of them's an anthology. I've got a page in there. And also, I helped out Morgan with his stuff. So for Kickstarter with drawings. So he sent me a bunch of comics. So if you back Enmity on Enmity on Kickstarter, I'll give him 2 pinups for that. So don't know where that's happening. So and then thanks to that Kickstarter, I'm still have a 100% track record that every Kickstarter I've contributed to has reached a goal. So if anybody wants like a good luck charm for their Kickstarters, hit me up on Sloppy Buddy Tunes at Instagram, and I'm posting more frequently there since I don't TikTok like I used to. So that's all for me. Oh yeah, before I do that, like this video.
Oh, you beat me to it.
No, you didn't. I saw the thing, and then subscribe, and then ring the bell. There we go. Purple cat. So just ring the bell. So make sure, and then also this year, I think ComX has like a. There you go, Peter. Don't forget that this year ComX has like a bunch of new shows coming. So, hey, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
So, yeah, make sure you check out all the other videos on the channel. So now let's go to Mr. Mermaid, who didn't mermaid today.
Yeah, alas, I didn't. You can find me at crispy.inks on Instagram or Crispy Draws on Twitter. I mainly do work for other people, so you can find all my comic stuff either with NSK Comics, where I'm doing Fox and Hound. We also did Hell Courtesan, and we have a new project coming out very soon, hopefully. I'm also doing one of the comics in the upcoming ComX Presents. Is it ComX Presents? Or is
yes.
It? Yes. And I'm working with Nick on that one as well. I also work with Sigmet Studios doing Wolf Cubs, and the next one of those should be out this year as well. So yeah, that's me.
Oh, sweet.
Right, that's me then. It's interesting you mentioned Larrikin and Just tonight, because I just happened to pull out my copy of Larrikin and Just to give it a bit of a plug.
Out of the portal,
really?
mate.
Yes.
First comic out of the portal, Spedsy, for the year. There you go, mate.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you mentioned it before, and I had it here. And the next one I was going to plug was this one here, is Infinite Odyssey, which is
Brad
a great
Daniels.
comic by Brad Daniels.
Oh, nice.
And it's a great little story, that one. Is that available, Sizzle, on the comic shop?
I believe I have seen that. I think I'm just getting details for it to actually put it up live.
Right, Brad, if you're watching, get it in there. Of course, this one's available at the. I don't know if the comic shop's got it, but it is available through Reverie Comics.
Yeah.
My comic is now printed.
Yes. Oh, sweet.
And that's available This is Amazing Tales number 6.
Oh,
6?
nice.
Yeah, 6. It's available now at the ComX shop. Or have you got it yet, Sis?
I've got a package today from you. I'm guessing that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yep. So that's
There you
available
go.
through the ComX shop.
Hell yeah.
That's and what else? Peter Lane, check your inbox. I've sent you some files tonight. They are for the work I'm doing for you. My stuff's available at the ComX shop and in Indy as well. Over to Chernobyl.
Thanks, Dave. Following on everybody's coattails, I have a page in Sizzle and Doug. I've got a couple of pages in Nick Cleary's upcoming Flyboys, which I'm really looking forward to. Rob has been forcing me to work on my pages for Vamoose 4, so I've put together a little ash can of my pages.
Wow. Oh, nice.
Something that needs to be refined and drawn properly and whatever. So hopefully Vamoose 4 will be out sometime in 2027 at the rate that I'm going. But I think that's probably all I have to offer to anyone ever. So Pete, over to you.
Yeah, I too, Sizzle Doug in the multiverse. I have a page in that. I was honoured to be involved. I also have a page in Flyboys. In more important news, Sizzle was worried I wouldn't get to it. This Sunday, starting my own ComX show. We're going to talk about the creative process behind comics and how we artistic freaks approach it in all our different weird ways. First guest off the bat, Lee Chalker.
Yes, yeah, looking forward to that. I've got to tell you though, mate, like, a little bit nervous.
Hopefully, you can pick up some hosting tip while I've got him.
The world needs more Lee Chalker.
If you want to be involved, let me know.
Absolutely.
Right,
So
mate.
what's on 6 o'clock? It's 6 o'clock Sunday.
Yeah.
That goes.
Right
Yep.
here on the ComX Net AU YouTube channel.
Hi, Leslie. Hi.
So
Yeah,
should be good, hopefully. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it'll be good, mate. It's hosted by you. You're a champion. Sizzle will be
thanks.
there.
Hell yeah.
Good, mate.
And
I'll just sit there quietly like I did with Shaden. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Now,
Sit there and nod.
I'll sit there
Kerry,
and nod.
we know that we've spoken about it, Sizzle and Doug coming up, star of your own comic book. So that's next. Birthday, January 9th, 3:30 p.m. Queensland time. Couple of numbers are gone. There's 1 to 100. Get in quick. Get what you can. Support the ComX network, studio, the whole community. Community is unity, and this is a way to show it. I would like to thank from Sizzle, Spedsy, you lot for having me here this evening. Yeah, it was great fun. I was a little bit nervous, but it's good to be amongst friends and stuff like that. And look, I guess the best way to say it is 2023 is off to a pretty damn good start. So let's keep this momentum rolling. Let's keep rocking on. And normal transmission next week with Spedsy back and Quick Nick here, and I'll be watching. So there you go. All right. Remember one thing I always like to say at the end of a chinwag: community is unity. Rock on.
Thanks
Good
so
night,
much,
all.
Pete.
Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for having
Thanks,
me.
everyone. Thanks, Kerry. Lee.
Someone should call the police. The show has been murdered. But in 1 week we will rebuild it. Better, stronger, faster. In the meantime, head to comx.shop and powder your chestnuts on a copy of Detective Budgie by Nick Cleary, Amazing Tales by Dave Dye, Vamoose by Nick May, Battle for Bustle by Lee Chalker, Radical by Ed Kearsley, Sluggish by Spedsy, Crimson and Rascal by Peter Wilson, ComX Presents featuring so many of the creators that have appeared on this show. And so much more. Alright Sizz, press the button. End the show. Don't make me butter your biscuit. Sizzle, press the button. Sizzle,